My name is Katie Gillis. I'm the Executive Officer of the Home Builders Association of Delaware. We are an association representing 375 members that are builders, remodelers, and developers statewide. I'd like to thank you for keeping the record open. I was going to request to do the same thing. We will submit a detailed letter with some technical comments that are better addressed through writing than through dense technical commentary this evening. As a precursor, we support efforts to protect existing trees. We believe that buffers are important, and so is the preservation of existing buffers. I would also like to reiterate the request that was made previously for a working group to look at this issue and others from a holistic perspective involving stakeholders with disparate and diverse backgrounds, viewpoints, and perspectives. The request for a working group was supported by our association and by the American Council of Engineering Companies, Associated Builders and Contractors of Delaware, Committee of 100, Delaware State Chamber of Commerce, Kent Sussex Leadership Alliance, Property Business Alliance, CDEC, and the Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce. We truly believe that the best way to create meaningful change is through consensus and compromise for all parties involved. A solution developed by a working group would be more likely to garner widespread support and receive less opposition and would better reflect the competing interests of the stakeholders in this process.
I want to say one thing, on that, because we often get asked to have working groups. That's why we have the public hearings. If that litany of folks want to participate, this is the opportunity to do it. We have one more hearing at County Council as well, and certainly the record will be held open for anybody to participate by submitting written comments. Whether the commission holds the record open or not, it's still open to County Council. But we get asked frequently to do, and I'm not directing this at you because it's a broader conversation, to have working groups on ordinances every time we do an ordinance that's of consequence. But the fact of the matter is we've had workshops on this. We've had multiple discussions at County Council. There's public comment where we hear a lot of comment at County Council. We've drafted the ordinance, and we have this hearing with the record being open along with County Council. So I hear the request, but I would just suggest that anybody that has an interest in it participate in the public hearing process and not anticipate that there'll be a workshop.
Sure, and we certainly appreciate the opportunity to be part of the public hearing. I think that where we're coming from those that we would appreciate a more collaborative approach, but if any way we can get our comments heard, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay, can I keep going? To clear up a common misconception, developers do not clear trees just for fun or without consideration for environmental consequences. In fact, developers hate clearing trees in buffer areas as they have to spend money to cut down the trees, spend money to grade the area, spend money to replant the buffer, and then sell the lots for less as they no longer back up to mature trees. Our main concern is that there are no carve-outs for tree removal in existing buffers when required by state or county regulations or when required for utilities. Certain scenarios exist where county and state regulations and topography would necessitate grading in buffer areas and associated removal of trees. Developers should not be penalized for removing trees in buffers when the law requires them to do so or when it is done for the purpose of utilities or future connectivity. As written, if a developer is required to remove trees in a buffer to comply with stormwater regulations or to deliver utilities to a site, they would need to comply with the mitigation requirements of the bill as well as fines. It's simply unfair to punish developers when their hand is forced by the law or utility companies. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Okay.
You done?
We will submit a letter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sounds like the engineers need to be represented here too, because it starts with them for the design.
Yeah, we got.
Well, they received the same notice that these people did. If they're not here, they're not here.
This has
You
been.
didn't have any questions. I did bring a backup.
Well, it's all good. No, I just expanding on what Mr. Robertson was saying. I've been doing this for a while, and some of our best ordinance work has come from workshops. That approach does work, and so on. But, in this instance, it always amazes me that, especially when we're going through the land use process, we have meeting after meeting, all those meetings are advertised, and then when the ordinance comes down or the plans come down, everybody is so upset because I didn't know about it. Well, if you didn't know about it, you just weren't listening, because we have meeting after meeting, and that's what these public hearings are for. I mean, these folks over here, apparently, all of you apparently knew that we were doing this. So I don't think, we're certainly not doing it in the back room. This is a public forum, and the engineers, builders, whoever are welcome to be here to express their point of view. But we're certainly going to afford those of you who are here an opportunity to express your thoughts, and we're going to let you do that right now, ma'am. If you would just give us your
Hello,
name.
I will. Commissioners, planners, and